What is up, YouTube? It's good to see every single one of you. Happy New Year. I've not seen you since last year. I know, I'm sorry, please forgive me. But it is New Year, and I hope that 2021 is much better than 2020. But do I have a story to tell you? As some of you may know, if you've been following me for a minute, that you know that I've recently moved across the country from the West Coast to the East Coast, and that I accepted a new job, and that after just a couple of months of moving across the country, I actually ended up quitting that company, which is crazy because I brought both my dogs, which you can't see with me, and now what do? What do you do when you move across the country and you quit? And so, as some of you know, I quit that job. I am no longer a employee for that main company. I left. What else is there to say? Well, as you know, when you don't have a job, what do you need to do? Well, as some of you know, our economy is not doing that well right now. Of course, when you leave a job and you quit a company, you put in your 2 weeks, the first thing that comes to everyone's mind, even before you say those words, I want to give my 2 weeks notice and etc., or I want to quit the spot and etc., everyone worries about how am I going to make money, right? What's going to happen? But it's kind of crazy because I really believed in myself that I can get another job. Like, I knew that I may not be the best developer out there when I quit that company, but I knew that I was at least skilled enough to get another job. So I interviewed everywhere. I even interviewed at these companies that may not be like world renowned, Google and Amazon or etc. But these are companies that I really like. For example, I'm a Dave Ramsey guy, saving money, not being in debt, paying off your debt right away. That's me. And I actually interviewed at a company which is in Franklin, Tennessee, and I got a job offer, right? But I didn't want to work down there because when I received that job offer, it just wasn't enough. I wanted to accept it because the values, the culture of the company was really amazing. I needed a job ASAP. I support my parents, but I really knew that that wasn't enough. I have 4 years of experience already. I know I can get paid more. And so what did they offer me? They only offered me, not when I say only, I'm not saying it's not much, but considering my experience and where I want to see my career go as a developer, them offering me $97,000 a year was not enough anymore. I just know it wasn't enough for me. And so I actually ended up rejecting that offer. Fortunately, because I am in social media, I went on Twitter. I put on Twitter that I'm looking for a new job. I quit my job recently. It is kind of crazy the kind of support that you all have given me on Twitter, because what happened was that hundreds and thousands of people end up liking that comment, people retweeting it like crazy. Companies started reaching out to me when they heard that I quit my job, which is kind of crazy. And you know, I know it kind of is an advantage because I am social media, but I preach this to you all every single time. When I say networking isn't just LinkedIn, it isn't just going to meetups. Your way of networking now in this world today is building a name for yourself, a brand. Whether you have 100 followers, 1,000 followers, or 100,000 followers on Twitter, Instagram, wherever, that is your way to network. Let's just say you have 700 new followers. Those 700 new followers are 700 new people who can potentially give you a new opportunity compared to if you had zero. So because I took the time to build a brand and I have like 9,000 or almost 10,000 followers on Twitter, a lot of companies reached out. And because of that, I had a lot of interviews. And it's kind of crazy because the one place that wanted to interview me a lot, or the one city, the one location, the one tech bubble, out of all the tech bubbles that there are in the world, in the United States, is Silicon Valley. I interviewed with Amazon, I interviewed with Apple, I interviewed with small tech companies, I interviewed with medium-sized tech companies and very small tech companies in Silicon Valley. So a lot of opportunities came up. So I'm very lucky to be in that position. To get to the point, I finally did interview with one small company. I went to the final interview process, and this was literally just 5 days after quitting my job. Enter the interview process, meet with this one company, this media company. They give me an offer letter, which is kind of crazy. In Silicon Valley, and you have to think about it too, right? To be able to say that you work for a company in Silicon Valley, just to say that is a privilege. Now, if you work in Silicon Valley, yes, you make a lot more money, but that's because the rent is freaking insane, right? Imagine if you live in the middle of nowhere like I do and you make a Silicon Valley salary. That is insane. That's like unheard of, right? Anyway, I get to the end of this interview process. There was about 3 interviews. I interviewed with the developers, I interviewed with the COO, and then I finally did the final interview with the CEO. They gave me the offer letter on the spot, and they paid me about $15,000 more than what the company in Tennessee was going to pay me. Now, they offered me to work remote, meaning I'm already making over 100K 4K a year. I already make quite a bit on YouTube, not from the last month because I didn't upload for the last month, right? I have my own company, I have my own web development company. So the income in Silicon Valley with my side hustles, my side business is significantly high. But there was something telling me inside that this isn't it. It was just crazy. It's paying me 15K more than my last job offer. It just didn't feel like it was enough. I didn't feel like I would be that happy, and it was a good feeling. And they would let me work remote, and all these different benefits were pretty cool, but it wasn't the best. I just told myself, Chris, this is a company in Silicon Valley. If you were to work for a company in Silicon Valley, honestly, you'd expect to be paid more. I guess you could say, I did not want to lowball myself. I didn't want to settle, and that's something that I try to not do of many things. I don't like to settle. That's why I moved across the country. I'm here alone with my dogs. Well, my brother lives with me right now, he's in the back room. I didn't want to settle. So what did I do? I rejected a job offer. This is crazy, right? Because this is after quitting a job I moved across the country for. So they were going to pay me pretty well, but I just wasn't content. And I think at the end of the day, when it comes to yourself, especially as you gain experience, even as a junior developer, you have to know your value. I'm not saying that company was taking advantage of me, because they weren't. That's what they could afford. I negotiated my butt off, right? They wanted to pay me less. I said, no, I wanted more. And even when they offered me more, I told myself, Chris, you're more valuable than that. Not that I put my value with money, but that I know how much more I could bring to a company. I know there are more opportunities out there. I have a lot of companies reaching out to me. So of course there's gonna be companies out there. So as crazy as it is, I told them, sorry, I'm not accepting the offer. I'm not gonna say the company, unfortunately, sorry guys. Now, it is scary that I did that 5 days after quitting that job. But I told myself, wait, Chris, you got a job offer just a week after quitting your job. Just a week after. What if you wait a couple more weeks? So I'll tell you this, it was really worth it. Way worth it. Because after waiting just a few more days, someone at this big company that is worldwide known, renowned, or it's known around the world. That's a big company. A lot of people use their software. This company ended up reaching out to me and told me about the position, which I told you already. I couldn't believe what it is. And I'm gonna tell you this, they offered me way more than what those last two companies offered me. In regards to salary, the bonus was amazing, stocks. And I get to do this by teaching code. Like literally, that's what my job will be, to teach code, which is my dream. And the thing is, when I start teaching code, it's not going to be during the day, right? I'm gonna do it at night, my time. Why is that so perfect? Because when it's 7 p.m. for me, it's only 4 p.m. for them, which is when I start teaching, which is insane. And I honestly feel like I'm the luckiest person in the world, because who does this happen to? From being homeless to getting my first job in 3 months, quitting that job, working at a as a mid-level developer at an even more known company, right? And then moving across the country for a startup, quitting that, no experience, no degree, college dropout, almost dropped out of high school. And then I get an offer from one of the companies that I really like in Tennessee. And I reject a Silicon Valley offer in California, and then I get another one. Now, this job offer took about 3 more weeks. So it took a total of 4 weeks to get. It was a bunch of interviews. I did like 6 or 7 interviews for this company. Now, I will mention this company. I will not tell you what the company is yet. I will tell you at the end of this month, promise, guaranteed. But guess what? From then now to the end of the month, I'll be making a lot more videos. But for me to get to that point is insane, because they're paying me a lot more. I have my web development company that's already making me a lot as well. So the fact that I believed in myself is crazy, because I'm the kind of guy that doubts myself a lot. Like, I know I say openly, I'm very positive, because I could be negative at times. Even though I was doubting myself through that entire process of looking for job to job to job and rejecting job offers, which is crazy. I could have just accepted it and then waited for a new job opportunity. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to waste my time. I didn't want to waste their time. And I believed in myself. And I think at the end of the story, the point of the story is that you have to believe in yourself. You need to understand your worth. And more than anything, make yourself more valuable to a company, where a company fights for you, where they really want you. If you don't think you have the skills yet, learn, get better, improve on a daily basis. It has taken me 5 years to get to this point, but it's because I never gave up. So yeah, it was worth rejecting that job offer, man. Anyway, if you guys made it to this point of the video, I want to thank you for even watching. I got some good news though. A lot of people for many years have been telling me you're a fake developer because you don't show your code. Well, guess what? If you made it to the end of the video, then you know this, that from now on, okay, what I will be doing every Monday, every Friday, and potentially Wednesday as well, most likely. So every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I will be streaming myself on Twitch. Well, I will be building things with code in front of everyone. So I actually have a designer on my team. She rebuilt this new portfolio website. I haven't built a portfolio website in 5 years. She designed it for me, and I will be building this live on Twitch in front of you all. So I'll be doing this, streaming on live on Twitch, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, from 7 to 9. Sometimes I'll go a little later than that too. But anyways, if you guys want to, I'll see you guys there. Thank you guys for watching. I love you all. This is Krishan. This is the Life of a Developer, and I'm out. Peace. Boom.